Wonders of the Wade, and this is one of the wondrous objects at the Wade that we acquired after we took the job here in summer of 2018. It is an image of Aslan. It's a quotation from Mrs. Beaver from Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, where she says, "Course he isn't safe, but he's good." The painter of this extraordinary piece, Sally Brestin Hale, wanted to paint Aslan because she was going through a hard time in her life, and she was struggling with the idea, how can God be all powerful and there's still suffering in the world? So she started by putting her canvas on the floor and just throwing paint at the canvas. And I imagine her throwing was part of her frustration of things that were happening in her life at that time. And then she started painting Aslan out of the chaos, as though Aslan, as this supposal by C.S. Lewis of what Jesus Christ might come as in another world. And she captured the sense of Aslan's strength and ferocity,
and mystery. She told us that she didn't like some of the images of Aslan that made him look too much like a teddy bear.
Yes.
She wanted a dynamic, mysterious Aslan. So this is acrylic, and she literally was throwing white and black and orange paint at the floor until his face began to emerge.
Right. She then, after she finished it, she took it to her church, and one of the members of her church came up to her and said, "Oh, I just love how you show the sacrificial lamb coming out of the dark side of Aslan." And the artist said, "What do you mean?" And the woman pointed out a head with an eye, two legs, and a tail. And the artist said she did not intend that part of the fur of Aslan to look like a lamb. And if she had intended it, it probably would have been kind of cheesy. So instead, the painting itself communicated to her that Aslan, like Christ, is the sacrificial lamb.
Sally teaches art therapy, and she thought it was amazing that her own painting ministered to her. It said, yes, Aslan is sovereign and wonderful, but he's also this sacrificial lamb that went through everything that we go through. About 2 years ago, I had a young woman with Mediterranean features looking at this painting and dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief. And I said, "Boy, that really speaks to you, I guess." And she said, "Well, I was raised in North Africa by nominal Muslim parents, but my grandmother read the Narnia Chronicles to me. And my whole life I was thinking about trying to find Aslan. And when I came to America, I discovered that Christ was the Aslan that I'd been seeking." She said her favorite Narnia Chronicle was the Horse and His Boy, because it's set in the desert. And at one point, near the end of the story, Aslan says, "Tell me your sorrows, Shasta." And Shasta says, "Well, I was abandoned at sea and left to drown. I was found by a fisherman who didn't love me. I tried to escape to Narnia, but there were lions that chased me when I was riding on horseback. I spent the night alone in the tombs outside of Tashbaan with only a cat to comfort me and protect me." And Aslan says, "Well, I was the cat that comforted you and protected you. And I was the lion that chased your horse because you were in the wrong path. And actually, I'm the one who made sure that your little boat got to shore so that you didn't drown." And she said, "My whole life, Christ has been leading me in this direction. And it wasn't until I came to America, I discovered how much my whole life has been shaped by Christ's leading and guidance." So it was a wonderful story. The painting it ministered to the artist, but it also ministers to our visitors So it's one of our favorite artifacts here in the Wade Center. So thanks for letting us share with you another wonder of the Wade, and we will have new episodes coming up shortly to talk about more artifacts and more books and more manuscripts that we have here at the Wade Center. So thanks for joining us.